Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Dawson's Creek rewatch in our series of Nostalgic or Problematic. We are on season 4, and today we're going to talk about episodes 9 and 10. We're about halfway through the season.
Yeah, this one seems like it's going fast.
It's because it's not bad writing.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Like every episode
is good.
I think, yeah, every episode so far I've really liked.
It's been good.
Yeah, it's been good.
So we're going to start off with season 4, episode 9 called Kiss, Kiss, Bang, Bang, which is just fun.
Cute.
Dawson seeks Mr. Brooks' advice on becoming a director. Joey takes Pacey along to a dinner hosted by an exclusive college.
Yes. You know what's weird? When I saw the name of this episode, I swear there was already an episode with that name. I didn't look it up, but I was like, didn't they already name one this? So there must be one with a similar name.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not, actually. But I was like, didn't we already have an episode with the name? But I'll look that up and I'll loop back.
There could be, but
and I'll tell you what
that
it
would
is.
be very
it's possible. I don't know.
Because it was the name of his book.
Yeah.
Or name of a book, not his
book. A book, yeah. Not Brooks's book, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. So I just said opening scene with Gretchen, but I don't know what I was saying about it.
The Christmas party?
Well, we do get to that. Is that what is it right in that opening scene?
I think so.
Okay. No? Maybe.
But how is it Christmas already? I was like, how did we get to Christmas?
Same. I thought the same thing. And also one of my early notes is Gail is really pregnant.
Like, I know. That's like it happened super fast.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, okay.
But it's TV. So.
And it's also halfway through the season. So she's got to have the baby by the end of the season.
She does.
So they've got to move some things along, I guess.
Yeah.
Joey doing her homework on the dock. And she's like, Mrs. Valentine's like, excuse me, stop studying for your GED. And she's like, I still have 15 minutes till I start. And then the guy from the college, what college was it? Did they ever say?
Never say?
Okay, I didn't think so.
They have a lot of fancy things that happen in Cape Side.
Yeah, he's like, so this guy, the storyline is this man from the fancy college, unnamed, is having this big event at the yacht club or country club, whatever it is. And Joey happens to be someone invited to it because it's supposed to be talking to really promising applicants.
I love how you always summarize it.
Well, what if they haven't seen it?
Well, then why would they listen to it's not our job to tell you what happened. We talk about what we watch.
I don't mind talking about what happened. I don't mind.
No, I didn't say you mind. I'm just saying it's funny because I the whole point.
You're yeah, I know. I watched it as well. Why are you telling me?
And I just it's if people want to know what we're talking about, then go rewatch it with us.
Good point. Okay. All right.
Everybody
so
out there that's that's stupid, Danny. Let her do it. I'm not going to stop her.
Let her be.
I'm not going to stop her. But sometimes sometimes I wonder, is she saying that so I remember? She's scared I forgot.
When you said they were twins last time.
I know. Because that happens. I really do forget.
Sometimes I'm reminding myself too. Well, so I'm this guy is connected because of this, and that's why they're there. But yes. So anyway, that's why he's there. And that was a whole interesting scene
weird.
Where he's basically saying to Mrs. Valentine, how great Joey is and making her look bad.
Yeah.
I was okay. And then, Gail's really pregnant. There was a line, I don't know if you caught it, where they're talking about Dean Cain and they call it Saint Homo's Fire.
Yes. What movie was that?
I don't know. I would have to look it up.
They said the gay Dean Cain movie. I'm looking it up right now while we're talking.
Which is interesting because isn't Dean Cain specifically recently been in the news because he volunteered to join ICE?
What?
Yeah.
No, I didn't
know
that
was an especially relevant comment because I was like, oh, Dean Cain was in a gay movie? What's it called?
Look, I literally put...
What'd you type?
Dean Cain gay movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It said The Broken Hearts Club.
When's it from?
2000.
Okay, that must be it.
Dax Shepard was in it too.
Nice.
You want me to read this? And Billy Porter? Yeah. Is that Billy Porter? Hold on. We got to look this up, guys, because now we're sucked in.
Now we're in the rabbit hole.
Timothy Oliphant.
Yep.
Dean Cain, John Mahoney, Zach Braff, Andrew Keegan, Billy Porter. Hello.
What was it about?
I'm just Jennifer Coolidge is in it. Justin Theroux. There's all kinds of people up in this movie. Kerr Smith was in it. That's why they referenced it.
That's why. There he is.
He was in it. That's why they referenced it.
Okay.
I'll tell you what it's about. Hurry up. Okay. An insight into the turbulent lives and loves of a gay clique based in Los Angeles. But they're all in baseball outfits. So I don't know what that's about.
The gay baseball clique from Los Angeles.
But now I want to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it actually sounds kind of good. And look at all those stars.
I mean, I love Billy Porter.
I do too.
I love him. Have you ever watched the show Pose?
Yes.
Oh my God. I love that show.
So good.
All right, anyway.
So Dean Cain is kind of...
But that's why they said it, because Kerr Smith was in it.
Right. Okay. Makes sense. That's really funny.
I thought it was funny.
And then I asked, is Grams right about Jen? But why am I asking that? I wrote these really early, guys.
Well, they were talking about her college, like about her not applying to college. So something she said.
Something she said about...
But did you see the big giant Paula Cole poster?
Yes.
And it was her new album, which is why that was on there. I loved that.
That's so cool. I love that. And then when Joey is trying on a dress for the dinner or whatever, and Gretchen's with her.
Yeah.
So they're like at a store. And Gretchen says something about, oh, there she is. So beautiful. She just can't help it. Or something like that. I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting line. But I was also like, that kind of describes Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
Like she just is.
Some people are just pretty bitches.
Yeah, I know.
I say that in a nice way.
Oh, yeah, in a nice way.
Because, like, listen, when we wake up in the morning, it takes work.
Yes. And even when we're
to
like,
look like this.
I mean, hours, you guys, just to be presentable for you all.
This amazing.
Okay. Like, yes.
We are not Katie Holmes when we wake up. Let me just put it that way. But yeah, she's right. But I liked how she said, as long as Pacey doesn't wear his camo pants, and then the next scene, he had on the camo pants.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that is a piece of fashion history that never needs to come back. I had a pair of camo cargo pants. Did you?
Yeah, I think I did,
Capri
actually.
Ones.
Oh.
You remember the capris with the ties at the bottom?
Yes.
Oh.
You had a camo pair?
They were like light color camo.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
They're kind of coming back. I think it was Hollister, has like, it's almost like, it's not like the army camo, but it's like a very faint beige camo. It's like beige and gray.
That's what I had.
That's what you had. Okay.
Gross.
And yeah,
that's not fashion.
I saw those last
camo
season.
is not fashion.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I know. I like that line though.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I like camo pants.
No, I mean,
she gonna have
like
some on next week.
Like most pants that you hate, I am indifferent. I am indifferent.
You just don't have very strong feelings about it, and that's fine.
I do not.
And some stuff just really bothers me.
I get it.
I don't know why.
I totally understand.
We did figure out the mystery of the denim short.
We did. And so this must have something to do with that.
No, it's just, I mean, I'm married to somebody in the military. Like camouflage is for like a purpose, and it's
like a
weird.
Uniform.
It just looks weird to be fashion. I don't know.
I get that.
All right.
Okay. So my biggest issue with this whole episode.
Okay.
Is that Gretchen offers to do this party.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, wait, the party is this weekend?
I know.
It's in like 3 days or something.
And it was huge. They invited the whole fucking town.
And did you catch the line where she goes, I'll call everyone and invite them? I was like, whoa. Can you imagine calling everyone to invite them to a party nowadays? You just send like a group text or a little flyer or an Evite. Yeah. But I was like, wow, she really turned that party around quick.
Sure did.
All right, Gretchen.
Speaking of parties, I think I'm going to have a New Year's party.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So mark your calendar now.
I will definitely come.
Also, you know, our friend OP is having Halloween party.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You were on the invite and you probably didn't see it. I was like, I better say something to Katie.
Is it on Facebook? Or is it? Okay.
But he sent it out a long time ago, so it probably got lost.
Okay. I'll check it out. Anyway, is it Halloween weekend or the weekend before?
Because it's on Friday.
Right. Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Just FYI.
Well, that sounds fun. And he lives by you?
Right down
the
street.
I've never been to his house, but okay.
Right down the street. And now I just told his whole fucking business.
He lives down the street. It's coming up. This episode will be live before the party. So you want an invite? Let us know. Okay, so Dawson is avoiding the question, why do you want to go to film school?
No, he said he just couldn't come up with an answer.
Yeah.
He wasn't really avoiding it. He just couldn't.
He didn't know what to say.
And I get that.
Yeah.
Because he said it, I don't remember if it was this episode or the next one, where he's like, sometimes the things you love are hard to explain. Mm-hmm. Something like that. And I'm like, yeah. Because sometimes you do love something. You don't know why. It's just like, I just do.
It just sparks your interest.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say why. I'm definitely in the thick of this because it's college application time for my senior now. And so she has me reading and rereading her essays. And then there's like a regular essay that's good. We got that good to go. But then this morning she wanted me to quickly look over. It's like, one of them was like, why do you want to go to this school? And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good school.
Sometimes you don't know.
Yeah. And so we're just trying to like, I'm like, you could, because she was talking about the college my husband went to. I was like, well, say your dad went there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, whatever. But it was kind of like, also like with a question like that, the essay is different because the essay is about you. And so that could be as different as the people that do it.
You know what Caden read his about? He never let me read it, but he did let Troy read it.
What did he write
about? It was, he had to write about like facing challenges. He talked about being a military kid and how hard that was, moving around all the time.
Look at him.
And Troy's like, it made me feel so bad.
Well,
and I said, well, you grew up in the military. It was hard.
Well, also like it's supposed to be challenging. That's the prompt,
right?
You're not going to be like, I moved all the time and it was great.
Yeah. Some people may think that.
Some people might.
But he said, yeah, it was hard to read. But I was like, well, at least you got to read it. I didn't get to read it.
I know.
Right, because he knew I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's my fault. Well, honestly, my daughter's essay was about like, you know, being in a combined family and like being the only one of her kind. Like all her siblings have a blood sibling. And she's the only one that doesn't. She has half siblings.
Right.
But like, same thing. Like she told me it was going to be about, and then she didn't ask me to read it. And I was like, that's probably for the best. She had a few teachers read it. And then at the very end, she was like, oh, she does. Can you read it? And I was okay. Cause I kind of had I think if I didn't have a heads up, it would have affected me more. And essentially she was saying like how like interacting with different family dynamics and different siblings and stuff. Cause she has 7 siblings. Yeah. She has 6 sisters and a brother.
Yeah.
So
does she see her other siblings?
Not often. Yeah. Not often. And she kind of talked about that and just how it's kind of given her like a different view on things and like how that's going to be helpful in her career and yada, 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 like how you tie it all together. But my point was with the ones that aren't the personal essay, with the ones that are like, why do you want to go to school here?
Yeah.
I would think if you're the person reviewing those, they sound the same after a while.
Yeah.
Like,
probably.
What are you even looking for in that question? What is someone going to say that sets them apart from someone else?
I think they're just looking to see if you can even do it. Like, I don't even think they care about the content. They're just trying. Yeah. Honestly, I think they're just looking, can you put 2 thoughts together in a creative way?
Yeah.
I guess grammatical, you know?
Yeah. And it looks nice. And you actually did the assignment that you were that you were asked to do.
That's what I think.
Yeah. And it shows that you took the time to do it. Yeah. That's probably it. Cause I was reading it like, what are they looking for? And eventually it was just like, whatever you said's fine. And you have punctuation and everything spelled right. Okay.
See?
And it's only 200 words. Yeah. It's super short. So I was like, Anyway. All right. So, I just said in the hallway at school, I love Joey's yellow sweater.
You always love her sweaters.
I love them. I think I had them all.
Probably.
But it looked so soft. And it was that like, pale yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Well, I noticed her hair. Like I was like she has straightened hair in this episode. Usually it's not straightened.
It was pretty straight.
It was like straightened and you could tell she was trying to grow out bangs that she must have had it for a role for something else. Mm-hmm. And she, you know, you're growing out bangs right now and you have to do this whole like try to blend them with the rest of your hair. But in some scenes they're like coming out.
Yeah.
And I think we've all, as people with longer hair, whether you're male, female or non-binary, if you've ever grown your hair out with bangs, you know that struggle.
It's such a struggle. And just growing your hair out in general. If it's not the length you want it to be, but it's not short, but it's like in the middle.
That's where I'm at these days.
And you can't do a ponytail, but you know, just like wherever it is.
It's annoying. I noticed that. So many of us had that hairstyle.
Yes. I loved when Jen and her grandma or Grams were having a little argument when the presents came from Jen's parents. And Jen says, Merry effing Christmas.
I know.
And Grams is like, oh,
I know.
I thought that was great.
I thought that Grams was just being really hard on Jen this episode.
It felt like it.
Yeah. She was like not talking to her.
And then there was like the part where she's like, or maybe it was the next episode where she's like, no matter what, I'm always here for you.
I'm like, but you've been horrible.
I was like, well, no, you aren't, lady.
I don't know. Like, so I do not parent correctly and I am a yeller and I have a hot temper. So I have to apologize to my kids a lot of time. I mean, I do not like I just let it fly, but I mean, when I can't control it well,
when that happens,
I have to apologize to my kids a lot and to my husband. But my mom did this thing. I can't feel like I can say all this now because she's dead. So like,
she's gone.
My mom would give us the silent treatment as children. So when she would get mad about stuff, she would just not talk to us for a few days at all. Like just not as kids. Like my sister and I would talk about this. Even mostly it was when I was a teenager or something.
Yeah.
And she would say, I'm so mad at you. I can't talk to you. And she wouldn't. And I don't mean for like an hour, because we've all been there where we're like, I need a minute.
You just need to process. Yeah.
I mean, days.
Dang.
She would ignore us. So anytime somebody's mad at me and they don't talk to me, I panic, because that's what you think of.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Let's just hash this out and move on. Because my mom would also hold on to things.
Mm-hmm.
So like anytime we would get in trouble, like, and she was a yeller too, unfortunately, which is probably why I am. And my sister's not. So that's interesting how we each got the opposite. But she would be yelling at you for like, say I got in trouble for a bad grade on a test, or like I was being a smart ass or whatever. She would bring shit up from months before that I thought was done and we had moved on from. And she'd be like, she would yell at me and then leave my room. And then she would come back and be like, and remember in August when you did this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I thought that was done. Like, I apologize. I thought, so we were never knew what was still being fussed at. So whenever I see those things on TV, this makes sense. When like, I was like, Grams is like just lingering.
Yeah.
And that is hard on kids.
She's the adult.
Right.
You're the one that has to, even if it's uncomfortable, approach the thing or process your feelings. And then you can. I mean, look, I'm going through it with one of my kids right now. We didn't even talk about it before we started recording. And I tend to, I wouldn't say silent treatment, but I tend to close down and be like, fine.
Well, but that's different.
Just move on. But like, eventually I can't just be like, well, I don't want to talk to that person about whatever. Like, you know, you have to come back to it and be the adult about it.
Well, because you either have to figure out a way to move on, forgive, conflict resolution or whatever. But like, yeah. And then you have to, if you let something go, you have to really let it go. You cannot bring it back.
You really do. Yeah.
And my mom never did. She was a grudge holder till the day she died. And there was no, I don't think there was not a lot of forgiveness in her, or she didn't have the ability to move past things. She just didn't. She didn't have a skill set. And she never really cared enough to try and develop that.
And, you know, that's super hurtful. But also, like, there must be something in how she developed as 100%. A kid that made her that way.
100%. We are the result of what happened to us.
Generational,
but as adults,
and cycles and all the things. Yeah.
As an adult, though, I had a therapist tell me this one time. You get to make a choice.
Oh, yeah.
On if what has happened to you defines you in a good way or a bad way. And you got to move on. Like, you have to move on from that. And I think a lot about everybody's parents.
Sure.
And I think everybody's parents try to do better than their parents did, right? In one way or another.
Right.
But if you don't address the things in yourself that weren't done well, like my kids are, listen, I do plenty of shit wrong.
Oh God, me too.
They're going to have crap. They're going to have to come, like, figure out on their own, like, to do better than Tori and I have done.
Sure.
But a therapist told me, like, you have to eventually make the choice in that case to stop the cycle of that kind of stuff continuing to happen. You have to make the choice. And I think what's frustrating is when people don't.
Sure. I think, yeah. And I think you have to have the realization too. It's interesting because my husband and I were talking last night about, he was saying when he was younger, he kind of told a family story, basically about a family member who, when him and some other kids would like do sleepovers in the family, would just scream at them. And he goes, and now that I think about it, like for being loud or whatever, he's like, we were just like laughing being kids, and they were family members I saw like once a year. And he's like, that was crazy. Like, and I was like, yeah. And he goes, but then right away, he's like, but he was from a time that was like this. And yada, yada, yada. And it is, you know, if you're trying to sleep and kids are being loud. But if you can look at it in a perspective and go, yeah, but they only see their family and they only get to hang out one night every 12 months.
It's your job as the adult. That's the thing, too, that's very frustrating with people is, and my mom had all the resources and all the things to get handles on that, and she just chose not to do it.
Sure.
And that is what it is. And that's why I think my sister and I are so determined to not fall into things like that, is because it's very frustrating. Like, while you can recognize, like Brant can recognize his grown-up family member. Oh, well, he had this. Okay, but that might be the reason, but that's not an excuse, right? Right. That might be the reason, but he can move on from that. That's where you have to say that was his job as the adult, not the kids to be quiet, right?
Right.
So look at me.
Look at you giving some advice out. I love it.
Jen's probably over there like, Danny, that is wrong.
Look,
she's like, girl,
look,
what?
Just the disclaimer is it's your opinion.
Yeah.
But you've had professional help.
Oh my God.
Get to
I have seen multiple therapists in my life.
Yeah.
I think everybody should go to therapy at least a little
100%.
bit.
I agree. All right. So, another really good line was when Gretchen was talking to Dawson, and she says, she's telling him, well, this is why you want to join film school, because you want to win this award and do that and snag one of the girls from the WB.
Yeah.
I loved that. And I actually thought, and I meant to look it up, but maybe I will after this, was he dating someone from a WB series at the time? Or either way, it was
they were on
reference.
the WB.
Right.
Yeah. Right?
I think they were.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that's where I watched it, on the WB. So. Yeah.
Because they were on the same channel as Buffy and Charmed. And
all that. That's all WB time. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of therapy, the guidance counselor is just at the Christmas party.
That was really funny. She's like, I'm so proud of you, Jen. And I was like, why is she here? Although Mitch does work at the school.
Oh, true. But also, didn't what Jack and Grams did be illegal? They applied to colleges for her.
It's like the celebrity scandal.
Jack used her own writing. He did
right.
Not. But that's still illegal because you signed shit, right?
That's that you're saying this is truthfully me. Yeah.
I was like,
that's not really how it works.
Not great.
That's not how it works.
Nah.
That was funny. I said that the storyline in this one with Mr. Brooks is actually really sweet. He uses the term when he's talking to Dawson, because Dawson's like, I'm trying to figure out how to answer this question about film school. And he calls it a crisis of faith.
Yeah.
Brooks does. He's like, how old are you? 15? And he's like, I'm 17. And he's like, you're too young to have a crisis of faith.
No, I think Dawson said crisis of faith first. He said, I'm having a crisis of faith.
And then
that's why he was
young.
like, bro,
come on now.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it was funny that they made Mr. Brooks' character, he was a filmmaker and his best friend stole his girl.
I was going to say the same thing. And that made him quit and move all the way back, which it might as a young person if you were that upset about it. But I was like, boy, and it was too much of a parallel.
I did lots of stupid things for when I was young.
I would have quit college over less than that.
Girl.
I just said that Pacey looked really cute dressed up.
He did.
It was almost like a t-shirt under the thing. He looked really cute.
Yeah.
And I said Drew looked handsome.
I know.
In that tux.
He's not bad looking.
He's not bad looking, which makes it worse.
I know.
Which makes it worse. Yeah.
I said, are we thinking Dawson and Gretchen is weird because of the ages?
You know what's so weird? I hadn't thought about it much till this episode. I guess that's because they kiss in this episode.
I've thought about it this whole time. I think we talked about it once. Because she's 21 years old.
Right. And he's 17.
I think he's 18.
Well, he told Brooks he was 17.
Oh.
With the crisis of faith. That's the only reason I know. Otherwise, I would have thought he was 18 as well.
So it's illegal. Again, in the fucking storyline.
And several years older.
She's 21, he's 17. That's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a 4-year age gap. Troy is 4 years older than me, but he would have never dated me at 17 when he was 21. No. You don't have anything in common.
Right. Yeah, it was a little odd.
I think I just don't feel right.
It made me feel weird
But now that I realize, I was thinking he was 18, even though he says he's 17. I'm like, oh, well, it's illegal.
Yeah.
So
and they're still just going in on that.
And and I said also, remember trying to land under mistletoe? Do you remember doing that in your life?
Yeah. I do that when down on the street though they decorate. They have mistletoe. I'll stand there and wait for my husband. Yeah. I'll be a little bit back and I'll just keep standing,
just waiting for people.
Look, anybody who walks under here. Social contract, okay?
You're like, I'm here.
I'm ready.
Garbage man.
Man who lives across the street.
I mean,
come on over.
You know you live with your husband and you can kiss him anytime.
I know, but mistletoe's fun.
I know it is.
I like mistletoe. But I did say,
That's
didn't
hilarious.
they hang the mistletoe?
Yes.
Why are they surprised? They're both like, what? Where did that come from? How did we end up here? And I'm like, y'all hung that up.
Y'all literally put it in that
Hello?
spot. That's so funny.
Like, and then I kind of didn't like the whole storyline where Pacey's at the table talking to like the dean of the college and the artichoke building and all that stuff. I just didn't love how that all went.
Yeah, it was
because
weird.
it really did make, so it did take the focus off Joey and put it on
Yeah.
him, which was the storyline because then Joey got upset. But then Pacey's still the hero at the end
I know.
because the guy's like, well, I like Pacey so much. And he was telling me how
And it was
great
like
you are.
because of Pacey.
And I'm like,
yeah.
no, she's just great. And he does say, oh, your academics stand on their own. But I'm like, so she can't be mad at him now for making the
Right.
night about him because
Right.
now he has like helped her get a leg up when she didn't really need his help.
Yeah.
I didn't love that.
I don't love that either.
I didn't love Pacey as hero there. He
I don't
is
love that
funny.
either.
And I could see how he like is charming at get-togethers and stuff like that and how that guy should like him.
Well, yeah, and Joey's
But-
shy and she's more
Yeah,
introverted.
I
That's
know.
that's like mine and my husband's dynamic, and yours too. When we go
Uh-huh.
places, I make people giggle and laugh, and we
Mhm.
have a good time.
Mhm.
And he just chills. That's
Yeah.
why he's like, sometimes I wish you could just go to my meetings for me.
Right? Send you instead.
Send me.
I love
Except
that.
I don't know anything that's going on.
Right.
there.
And then I just said the kiss at the party, but we already talked about that.
do you want to know something crazy?
What?
This is totally nothing to do with Dawson's Creek, but I'll tell you anyway because we're here. So I'm doing that play read.
Yeah.
Listeners, I'm in a play read next weekend, which is really fun. Anyway, one of the guys in it works with Troy.
Oh,
So does Hunt. So I'm like, I am in this with two people you work with.
that's so cool.
You know him, Ryan. He works with Troy. I was like, that's so
Okay.
funny,
That is kind of weird.
right?
Yeah.
It's just odd.
My husband works with no one, so I don't have to. I mean, he does like podcasts with people, but like I'm in no danger of like accidentally being in a play with anyone he works
No, I mean,
with.
it's fine. He's like, there's no bad blood or anything.
Right. It's just interesting.
It's just funny. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, both
Yeah.
of y'all work with my husband. There's only 5 of us in the play read.
right. Strange.
I know. It's a weird.
It's
weird
like
little
the
connection.
like 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
It's 2 degrees of Troy.
Troy. I won't say his last
Well,
name.
we have the same last name. Not that hard. Okay.
2 degrees of Troy. Okay.
Anything else for this episode? Are you ready?
Nope. I'm ready.
All right. Season 4, episode 10 is called Self-Reliance. As Mr. Brooks' revelations. That doesn't make sense.
What?
I put as Mr. Brooks' revelations about his past. Oh, wait, I missed the other word. Sorry, I thought there was a comma. No. As Mr. Brooks' revelations about his past inspire Dawson, Pacey is encouraged to push his own relationship with Joey.
Okay.
So I said, this bothered me in the first 15 minutes. I said, why does Dawson's left eye look like he has pink eye? Did you
Did
know?
it? No,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
notice that.
It was so red. And Cooper was in the living room just watching it because I was like, I'm using the TV. And I was like, look at his eye. And he's like, ew, it's all red. So then I was like, are they going to have him have pink eye in this?
Right. Like, how do you explain this away?
It went away by the next scene. So maybe he's got
Weird.
contact problems. I
Yeah,
don't
maybe.
know.
It could have been his
I was
contact.
like, I wonder if Katie noticed. Guess
No,
not.
I didn't notice.
Okay.
But you were probably watching on a big screen.
Yeah.
I was watching on my laptop.
Oh, yeah.
so I probably wouldn't have noticed that.
Yeah.
I liked when he says it's a season's greetings kind of kiss.
Yeah.
Or maybe actually Gretchen said that. And then he's like, well, happy holidays. When she comes over to basically be like, yeah, that meant nothing and blah, blah, blah. And of course, like everyone at the party saw them kiss, which when was it Joey and Pacey at something where everyone saw them kiss?
Yeah.
At the country club, there's something going
Prom?
on. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I remember that from that too. But now
Everybody
it's
watching, everybody. Smooch.
everybody you can't get away with nothing.
Okay, so the Toby guy at the
Come
coffee
on.
house.
This
Well,
guy.
there's so many. Also, they threw every gay trope they could.
They
into
did.
this
Mhm.
episode, which I'm like, I mean,
No, I'm
this
with
was 2000, and so even this was like groundbreaking that they were even on a TV show
you. Mhm.
for teens talking about this. in a positive light, blah, blah, blah. But they just threw in every trope.
They did. I like when he sees him, he's like, oh, you're that gay football player. And Jack's like, I don't like being identified like that. And he goes, what? As gay or as a football player?
I mean, I thought
snap, gotcha there or whatever. And I was like, okay, Toby.
I know.
Calm down.
I feel like Jack had a really good point. Like, I think they both had good points. And I think that's what you were supposed to eventually come to the conclusion.
Right. I guess so.
Jack was like, one thing shouldn't define me.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, this one thing we all share that the world is shitty to us about. A lot of the world is shitty to us about. So this is the thing that brings us together. So I get it on both sides, but it was frustrating for Jack, I think, because it's like, and he has said this the whole time, like, I am so much more than this one thing, which is true. As human beings, we are so much more than our sexual identity. We have lots of things going on that make us who we are. But then I can understand that if you are in a marginalized group, how the thing that makes you marginalized and, discriminated against brings you together.
I think what I don't like about how they portrayed this and just in general is when other people put that on you because of something that's in your identity, which I think is kind of what you're saying. Like, if you are in a marginalized group and you don't necessarily want to every day of your life be fighting for that group, you just want to live your life.
You're 100% allowed to do that.
Then you should be able to do that. And you shouldn't be made to feel like less of or why aren't you out here fighting as hard as us? Because, I see that even with like people I know, and they're like, I just want to be me.
It's exhausting, I'm sure.
Right.
Like your day-to-day life is just trying to survive safely. And unfortunately, the pendulum swing has swung backwards for us. And we are now back into surviving is dangerous for marginalized people. In a lot of places,
absolutely.
It's become very scary. And so, if your day-to-day is a lot, so you're allowed to take a break and putting identities like, oh, gay people can't be football players.
Right. Or soccer coaches or whatever. Yeah. Right. I don't know. I didn't like how Toby was making him feel bad. And the other thing is, Jack is also still a child.
Right.
So there's that.
Thing. He's still in high school.
And I think that makes me feel extra protective of the character because I'm like, I would never ask a child to have to publicly stand up for themselves for anything.
Well, and they're just now, Jack's just now trying to figure out how to figuring out himself, as all teenagers are. But he's the only identified gay kid in the town he's living in.
Right.
So he's trying to navigate all this. He's a kid. He's trying to figure it out. Toby's older and he's been,
Right. And I think that bothered me too.
Yeah.
That power dynamic seemed off.
And I did not like him.
I didn't either.
I just did not like him.
I didn't either.
And, was Jen wearing a wig these past 2 episodes?
That was strange, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We would have to look at the one previous.
Both of these episodes, she had on the kerchief and then she had on the headband. And in this episode particularly, her hair looked like it was a wig. And I was trying to figure out why she would have a wig.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to look that up.
I was like, was she wearing a wig? I couldn't
see it.
Stop watching.
I could see it.
Also, Joey and Pacey, they're just here's 3 days and our toddler.
And then the strangers showing up to spend the night there because it's a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
But it's you're leaving them for 3 days with your toddler with the knowledge that strangers could just show up and want to also stay here.
Yeah.
And she's by herself or with Pacey. But either way. I was like, this is what?
No.
And your child's in the house? No. I mean, that would be an issue I would have anyway with people boarding in the place I lived.
Yeah.
I think, and I mean, people who own those establishments, I'm sure, take security measures and all the things, but no, I wouldn't want to stay where anyone could walk through the door and pay me for a bed for the night and be in my kitchen
not when
and
you're
stuff.
17 years old.
No, I thought that whole thing was weird.
Hello, with a baby.
Yeah.
That's not yours.
Right. That was weird.
I thought that was
strange.
Reach.
Yeah.
The only other thing I had was I don't like Gretchen and Dawson romance. That's all I had.
Okay. I only had one more thing too. When, so Pacey, I'm summarized. Here we go.
That's okay.
But this is to help me collect my own
that's
thoughts
fine.
on this one. So Joey kicks Pacey out because he's playing with the baby instead of making the baby go to sleep, which we all know you can't really make, especially a toddler, can't make them go to bed. So I was already on Pacey's side. I'm like, let him play with the kid. You just read your book, whatever. But I get it. Routine is routine. So she kicks him out. And then the people show up to spend the night and, So one day later, Pacey comes over because Gretchen's like, be a good boyfriend, be there for her, yada, yada, yada. So he shows up, he's got groceries, and Joey has this total meltdown about how she has to do everything alone. And I wasn't trying to be shitty, but I was like, for one day, she's like, I have to take care of all these guests, and I'm taking care of a baby, and I had to go to the grocery store. And I'm like, Joey, you've been doing it for a day.
But I think
you
the
okay?
point was that she's super stressed because of the Dawson stuff too.
Right.
And I think that was the point.
And then Pacey says, well, I don't think it's this.
Right.
But I was kind of like listening to that and I was like,
she's also 17 though. That is a lot for a 17-year-old.
That is.
But I'm on her side.
I think it was just the way she was delivering the lines. It sounded like it's like,
you're like, shh.
I'm like, get out of here.
You're fine.
I'd be doing stuff by myself for decades. Literal. So it was, anyway, that was it. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
Other than the Joey staying alone with strangers and all that stuff.
So I did think I remembered. I mean, obviously, Mr. Brooks, he's going to die at some point in this season, and I thought this was the episode.
Oh,
when he fell asleep.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, is this where he dies? And Cooper popped his head up, and he was like, he dies.
And you're like, just kidding.
I was like,
spoiler.
Well, I know he dies at some point.
That part was cute where Dawson calls him out on flirting with Grams.
I know.
That was cute too. That was funny. At the party. So I guess that was last episode. He's
like,
yeah. You were just flirting with Grams. And he's like, what? No, I wasn't.
Old people flirting is so cute.
Freaking cute. And she was, it really was giving like Joey and Dawson banter from season 1.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of aggressive and making fun of each other in an old people way, but also like in a playful way.
Mr. Brooks is just, I'm sorry.
You don't like him.
He's too much. He's too grumpy. And he's mean.
He's grumpy. He is.
He's mean.
But he's having a little bit of an arc.
I know,
he's helping
but
Dawson. We're learning about his past.
Okay. But like I said, just because stuff has happened to you does not give you the right to be an asshole.
I thought of this when you said that earlier, particularly one of the podcasts I listen to, True Crime, everyone. But they say that. They'll give background on it. They'll be like, oh, they, their parents got divorced or they were abused or whatever. And they'll say, like, that happens to so many people, unfortunately.
Yes. We can write a list for every
And that
person.
doesn't mean that you should go out and kill someone.
Yeah,
or you have a right to be misogynistic or whatever. Like, other people get over it. And that's oversimplifying.
Over it.
That's oversimplifying saying it that way or working through it or deciding not to do the same.
Yeah. I don't think, because it's not really getting over it.
Right.
I think it's just learning how to manage it.
Yeah.
Because
and wanting to.
Everybody can make a list of bad, horrible, shitty things that's happened to them in their whole lives, Some people have had it harder than others in certain areas.
Right.
And then some people have had it easier in certain areas. But nobody's had it easy.
Right.
Even though they may look like it.
Sure. Well, you never know. Yeah, you never know.
I tell my kids all the time, like, if they're in a grumpy mood and they're being mean, I'm like, look, you can be grumpy. You can't be mean. Like, that's not okay. And if I'm doing that, I have to apologize.
Right. It's not okay for anyone.
But I try to warn people in my house, like, I'm grumpy or I'm tired. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I've gotten better at vocalizing that too.
Because I know when I am on a rampage.
Yep. That happened to me last night. I got back. So my youngest had a concert that was outside. But it was in a pavilion. So it's already like super crowded and all the kids and their instruments are crowded. And then they have the parents come in with the kids to learn to play the instrument. And my daughter plays a bass, a classical bass. So it's like all of us jam-packed and this giant instrument. And for whatever reason, right where my daughter was, because it was like twilight time or starting to be close to sundown, she was right in the sun. So I'm burning up, trying not to hit the man next to me, learning to play this bass, which I need to look because I look up at one point and my daughter has my husband's phone is taking a video of me. So I forgot to look at it last night. I'm sure it's
sweating.
Terrible. And it's loud because no one can play it. It's like the parents trying to play it. Yeah. And then we all have to file back out. So then we're done with that. We carry out her bass, which is heavy as heck, get it all the way home, get them settled, go to my other daughter's concert, which was fun and wonderful, but more noise, more whatever. We're waiting outside. It's loud. Everyone's talking to everyone. And I've been up since 4 a.m. and now it's like 9. Yeah, it was like 9. And
what you getting up at 4 a.m. for? Your book's done.
I know, right? Work? I had work to do. I got up early today,
Girl,
too.
You need to talk.
I know. We'll talk. So I got home. And so my little one who had done the bass had stayed home when we went to the other concert. And I went and sat in my room and she comes in and like jumps on the bed and like puts her head on my lap. And like, I said, I am very overstimulated.
Yeah.
I was like, I was hot. It was loud. I was like, you're cool. I just need a moment. And so she kind of like backed up and just kind of sat there and it was fine. Rather than like trying to be like, no, suck it up. Like,
no, always because what you're doing is showing them it's okay for them to say that too.
I didn't want her to leave. I just didn't want her to like ask me any questions or touch me. Like, just move over and be quiet for a few with me. We can be together.
Yeah.
And she totally like gets that.
Well, kids are usually like, they're much better if you're just direct in a nice way.
In a nice way. Right. Right. And I even said, it's not you. It's all the stuff I had to do tonight.
I told Cooper that yesterday because when I sat down to watch the Dawson's Creek, he was playing the Switch and the clicking. I can't.
Oh yeah, you hate the clicking.
You know, I have like sound things and like clicking. It just, and they know this. And I looked at him before I turned the TV on. I said, "You're either gonna have to stop doing that or go in your room with that because you can take it with you." Like,
of course, yeah.
And I said, I cannot. Like I said, I hardly ever sit on this TV on a school night. Like I'm doing this for 44 minutes.
Yeah.
You can sit here without that on or go in another room because I can't do it. So
smart.
I do this all the time because I can't, they know, like I can't like,
right.
Or he'll be like, can I have a piece of gum? I'm like, if you chew it, not next to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think like you said, if you're direct and in like the instance with my daughter last night, it was about me and saying like, I am dealing with this right now.
Yeah. Please, it's not you.
Please do this or that.
I just can't.
And I've noticed, particularly my teenagers are good at vocalizing that now too. Sometimes after the fact, like, sorry, I was grumpy, this, and this.
Well, sometimes you don't know until later.
Totally. And even then I'm like, it's fine. Like,
sometimes
but
you don't
thanks
know.
for telling me, you know?
Yeah,
like,
and sometimes
I'm sorry
it
that's
changes.
happening to you or whatever, or that you felt like that, or what can I do? Can I help you with anything today? Like, whatever. I remember like being a teenager and into college, and my mom handled most of the stuff with us kids because for the longest she was a stay-at-home mom before she went back to work. But my dad was involved, but it was usually my mom was like the front line, right? She was the default. And I remember being like a teen and in college, and my dad started asking me, I remember him asking me then, maybe he asked me before, what can I do for you today? And he would just ask that. And usually I'd be like, nothing. But then it like opened the door for me to be like, actually, could you just move my laundry over to the dryer so I don't have to do it like at 5:00 tonight? Or can you help me get, like, I would have ice on my car. Can you go start my car while I finish my makeup so the ice can melt? Or you know what I mean? Whatever it was. And again, you can't always do everything for your kids all the time and whatever, but I've been trying to do that. Like if they're upset, saying, is there something I can do? And usually there's not. But like this morning, I helped one of my kids. Like I looked over Amelia's essays last night and that made her happy. And we hit send on that one. And then this morning, I helped my other daughter review something for her AP English class. And she was in a spiral. And I literally just sat there. She mostly, because she had to handwrite it, because they don't want you using AI. So she's handwriting on a piece of paper, frantically trying to finish this thing. And all her ideas were great. And I just sat there and I said, well, maybe don't forget to include this word. Or I didn't write it for her, but like just me being there helped her get it done.
Yeah.
You know, and like the little things like that I try to find, which again, you can't do all the time and your kids can't expect you to.
Yeah.
But when you're able to, whether it's for kids, your partner, your friends, whatever, trying to find that. Because I also have found a lot of people have done that for me recently, and maybe more than recently, but it feels good when someone's like, oh, let me pick that up on my way.
Especially when people ask instead of just trying to do something thinking
definitely.
they're helping you.
Right.
Especially when they say, how can I help you?
Yes. And I so appreciate that.
Because
tell me exactly how, basically.
Yeah.
And most of the time it is me going, no, I'm okay. Or remembering later and being like, actually,
can you do this?
You live by the place that has the posters and I'm 45 minutes away.
Right.
Could you get them?
Yeah.
And I'll just get them when I see you. Like little things like that. Sarah, who listens to the podcast, I don't know if she listens to Dawson's Creek. Anyway.
She does. She's already rewatched the whole thing.
That's right. Because she got on a roll.
She binged it.
She binged it. She's helping me with programs for Frozen and like did the whole thing and then sent them to me. She asked first, of course. And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. And then all I had to do was go through and be like, oh, can we move this? Can we adjust this? Let me add this one thing I forgot to tell you about, instead of starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And that saved me so much time. And she's a talented designer and all the things, which I have to be like, I don't know, like Canva, give me a template.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know. And she's able to do all that. She made those posters too,
which
really
probably
good.
Takes her way less time than it would take you.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's like, that to me was like such a lift to open it and it's basically done.
Yeah. Ta-da.
It's like, wow. Anyway, so that's kind of a tangent. But anyway, thanks for listening in to Dawson's Creek, guys, and seeing our costumes, which we didn't mention, but we mentioned last Dawson's Creek. We're dressing up in October.
I mean, they're listening to us.
They're listening.
Some people watch, but not many.
And if you're seeing us, you'll probably figure it out.
It's pretty obvious what we are.
It's pretty obvious.
My headband's coming off. I can't wait to take this wig off today.
Yay. All right. Awesome. Well, we will see you next time, guys, on Dawson's Creek and all of our episodes here on Generation in Between.
Bye.